Hey there, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe, staying healthy. Obviously, I'm filming this during the whole coronavirus thing, which is a very weird time, potentially a very scary time for a lot of people. It's crazy right now. And I hope that we're all adhering to the social distancing and self-isolation stuff. Now, no matter where you are in the world right now, we're pretty much all in the same boat, which is stay inside, stay away from people. Even if you feel great, you probably already know this, I'm not here to bring new information, but it's not about how you feel. It's not about if I feel great, I'm gonna go, no. Stop. For the safety of others, for you not to get coughed on or to bring it to somebody else, to get them sick, just if you are able to stay home, stay home. And if you do have to go out, stay away from people, safe distance, wash your hands, and so on. You know the drill. Now, for most of you, this is probably not new information. You already know this. You're sick of hearing it. But for the 2 or 3 of you out there who needed to hear this, stop it. Stay inside. Please. But again, no matter where in the world you are, we're all pretty much stuck at home right now. I thought this would be a good time to make a video about things you can do to hopefully be productive, make good use of this time so you don't look back and go, oh man, I was at home, I didn't do anything. We don't want that. So this video is 10, 11-ish categories, things to do when you're stuck at home with all this time. So let's start off with education. A couple of years ago, there wasn't really a lot for animators to dive into in times like this, but now there's a lot of content out there. So if you've got stuff that you've been meaning to get to, meaning to learn, and you have time now, this is a great opportunity to watch interviews, listen to podcasts, check out tutorials that you may not have had time to really follow before, where now you can commit the time. Obviously, my channel is one resource, so if you haven't yet explored my channel fully, or if you've just kind of cherry-picked a couple videos here and there, most of the videos on my channel are geared towards different levels of artist and animator. You'll probably find something new you haven't seen before, including a lot of the industry interviews, which are pretty long. So if you haven't finished these videos, this is a great time to really dive in, take some notes, and learn some great stuff. But it doesn't have to be my videos. There's JD, there's Kevin Perry, there's a ton of great people on YouTube, on other platforms. You can check out Twitter. There's a ton of cool stuff for you to learn on the internet. And that also applies to Twitch streams, live streams, where you can actually interact and have a conversation with the artist or whoever it is. I go live 3 times a week, and I'm actually doing a 24-hour stream this week. If you're watching this video right as it comes out, I do demos, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm going to try and speed animate every animation exercise from school that I can as fast as I can, starting with the bouncing ball and just getting harder from there, as well as a bunch of other cool stuff. So come hang out over on Twitch. Also, some other resources you should know about: the Pratt Bros over on Twitch, fantastic stream, Broken Tangent, Sean Lee, a couple others over here. Also books, audiobooks, educational podcasts. And if you're not already following me on Instagram or Twitter, because I will be launching my animation podcast very soon, in case you don't already know that that's in the works. That's coming very, very shortly. So make sure you follow me on other platforms so you get the notification. And finally, workshops. Now is a good time if you want to take an animation mentor workshop, or if you want to take another artist's mentorship type workshop. I'm doing animation tutoring over on Patreon if that's interesting, or there's plenty of other artists doing tons of cool stuff. I'm also going to be doing my Maya workshop. If you guys have been following for a while, you know that I used to teach Maya back at DreamWorks, and I still teach Maya. Figured now's as good a time as any, where I start at modeling all the way through rendering, and I just teach as much of Maya as I possibly can, stuff that's production geared to get you a job, to help you just kind of refresh and know all the different pieces and how you can use it for your animation. If that sounds interesting, I have a link below. Check that out. Hope to see you there. Category 2, analyze and study. This is a pretty straightforward one. Entertain yourself with some movies and TV shows, games that you've been meaning to play, catch up on stuff that you've been meaning to watch. You're probably already binging a lot of stuff. You probably don't need me to tell you this one, but consider really, scrutinizing, analyzing, and really looking at why do you love this shot? Why do you love this part of this movie, this show? What's so cool about this part of this game that gets you so hooked in it? Play it back a couple of times and really think about what's going into that piece of art, right? That's all pretty straightforward. Let's get a little bit more advanced. I don't know how much time you have right now that you didn't have before, but exercises are a good way to fit some animation into your schedule without overwhelming your entire calendar. One example that I mentioned in this video about video reference is to find reference online or to record it yourself and recreate it in Maya, in whatever tool you're using, and animate something based on the reference. Now you can do this at 3 different levels. Super hyper realistic, try to exactly copy whatever the reference does, just to see if you can get all that little detail, all the organic everything that is in that shot. Level 2, push it, stylize it, probably what you would expect to do for most animation reels. Make some creative choices to make it more appealing than the actual reference as far as timing and so on. Or level 3, go super cartoony. Push yourself out to a new style that you maybe haven't tried before, but using that reference can help speed you up and make this more of an exercise, and maybe, or maybe not, a full shot. Now's also a great time to return to basic fundamentals. Go back to the bouncing ball, do some walk cycles, do just some basic things. They're fast, they're easier, for most people at least, and they're a good way to just kind of get warmed up and do something. To level this up a bit, do some personality walks. Most of us have done a basic walk cycle, so do some different personalities of walk cycle. Maybe use animation layers to change up the workflow as you do it, so you can animate one base walk and then maybe add or subtract things with layers to make a new end result. You could do mechanics exercises with characters lifting heavy objects and just doing stuff about weight, or basic parkour stuff, one simple move. For more performance stuff, do an expression change, some kind of an emotion shift from one to another. Very short, nothing too crazy. Don't do a lot of different things. Don't try to do a bunch of characters all pushing each other. Just keep it simple. Emotion change. Or maybe even just focus on that technical stuff. Explore the technical aspect of the software. Test out the tools that you're using. Do something really technical about constraints. Just something that gives you an opportunity to get better at the things that you maybe struggle with when you're actually working on a full shot. But if exercises aren't enough and you do want to tackle a whole new shot, or maybe you want to do a little bit of a new shot, nothing too crazy, some ideas for you are a 5-word dialogue test. You can record it yourself. Don't go looking for this great piece of audio that's going to take you forever to find. You on your phone record 5 words. Whatever those words are, 5 words or less, something simple. Get out of here. What are you doing? Would you look at that? Is that allowed? Whatever it is, 5 words or less, something very simple that you can just do yourself, and you don't have to make it a whole big thing, just animate the dialogue, and which might end up turning into an actual demo reel piece. Who knows? But focus on something very small so that you can actually finish it and polish it and then do something else. Or if you want to focus on the facial polish but not the lip sync part of it, do no more than a 10-word shot, but don't animate the character who's speaking. They're off screen now. Animate the character who's listening or needs to react to whatever's being said. 10 words or less, being said off screen, and you animate the character who's being talked to or talked about, or they're overhearing something. Whatever it is, you can get creative with it, which is the best part, but again, keep it short. Next category, try a new workflow. If you normally do pose to pose, try straight ahead, try layered, try sketch blocking. If you've heard of interesting workflows, try those. If you haven't heard of new workflows and you're wondering what else you could be doing, jump in the Discord again, come hang out on Twitch, we'll talk about it. But that's a great thing to be doing right now. If you don't have something specifically that you need to be working on, you might find something that can really help you out. Or if you want to try something entirely new, try new software. If you're used to Maya, download Blender. I actually did download Blender. Everyone keeps asking me to try Blender. I'm gonna do a video about it, so stay tuned. Or maybe try Cinema 4D if you're trying to get into more VFX type of stuff. Houdini if you're feeling really fancy and you wanna just do black magic that's just incredible and amazing. There's tons of Houdini resources out there as well. If you're trying to get further into Maya, I've already mentioned the workshop that I'm doing, linked below. We won't talk about that, but dive deeper into the tools that you currently use. Maybe instead of learning an entirely new software, just learn new pieces of what Maya can do for your animation or whatever it is you're doing. Or instead of software, learn a new medium of animation. If you are normally doing 3D, try 2D, try stop motion. I've linked Kevin Perry down below. He's a stop motion animator, used to work at Leica, does a ton of cool stuff. I can't help you with stop motion. I'm not good enough in that, I can't do it. So I've linked Kevin because he does it and he's done some really cool videos and tutorials. Or try VR. I've linked Goro down below as well. I talked about this in another video. VR animation. If you've got a VR headset, now's a great opportunity to test that out. Now here's a fun one. If you normally do animation, or you normally do modeling, or you normally do texturing, switch it up. Learn something else, learn effects, learn lighting. Try out cinematography and camera animation. I've got a video coming on that one, hopefully soon, but do something new, visual effects. Try something that you don't normally do so that you can either plus your current skill set or just test new stuff that you've been curious about. Are you seeing a theme with all of this? All right. Let's break that theme, let's do something else. Update your hiring materials. Cut a new demo reel. Maybe you don't need to animate a whole new shot, but you need to just refresh your demo reel. It's been a while. A lot of people's jobs are kind of uncertain right now. It's a good time to update your resumes. Hopefully everything's going okay. Work from home, like hang in there. But for a lot of people, this is a really good opportunity to just update those materials, make sure everything's fleshed out and solid. My old resume workshop about resumes and cover letters is below. I do a bunch of critiques of different people's resumes and cover letters. If you want me to do a new one, if you want your stuff critiqued, just let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll do another one or something. And if you're stuck at home and you just want people to talk to, I've mentioned before the Discord. It's just a big forum to talk about all kinds of different stuff. Movies, animation, life struggles that you're having. This whole situation has a lot of people feeling very isolated, and a lot of us are really going through similar stuff. More than ever, this is a great time to come together, just to be a community, to be artists, helping artists, talking to artists, just getting through this thing together. So if you're stuck at home and want to talk to people, the Discord's got over 3,000 people floating around in there. Make some friends. Just have a little bit more of a human connection with other people who are maybe going through the same thing that you are. And finally, my last tip is don't be afraid to do nothing. if right now you're actually getting some time to yourself and that's what you needed, don't feel like you have to be productive. Don't feel like you need to be working, making the most use out of this time. Hustle, grind, hustle, grind. Like if you want to be productive right now, come out the other end of this thing with more skills and all that, great, do it. There's tons of stuff you can do. We just talked about a ton of things. But if you can't handle that right now and you just need to relax, you just need to like lay in bed, play Animal Crossing, do nothing, I get it. It's okay to do that. It's okay to do nothing as long as you're not gonna kick yourself for it or complain about it after the fact. Think about how you're going to look at what you're doing now. Are you satisfied with how you've been spending your time? Are you not? Think about those types of things and then give yourself permission to just play games for the sake of playing games, to watch a movie because you want to not think about animation, to not think about anything creative or work related. If you need to take a break, just take a break. Now more than ever is a great time to make sure you're taking care of yourself physically, mentally, everything, to take care of those around you, to spend time with loved ones if you are with loved ones, to FaceTime family members, friends you haven't talked to in a while. Just make sure you're doing good. And I hope this video gives you some ideas of things to do with your time if you do want to be productive. And as I mentioned, I've been working from home for a couple of years now. So if you have any questions, if there's stuff that you're struggling with, if you're working from home now, or you're going to be and you're not really sure how to deal with some stuff, let me know. Talk to me in the comments. I will give you as much help as I can possibly give you advice-wise. If there's anything that I can share, I will share it. And for those of you watching this before the 24-hour stream, please come hang out with me. I'm gonna have a lot of time to kill in that stream where I'll be doing a lot of these things in that stream. And if you're watching this afterwards, I still go live 3 times a week, so we'll still do this stuff normally. And if you're watching this way down the road and coronavirus isn't even a thing anymore, cool, that means we survived. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.